Yes guys, welcome back to another video. This is your number one FPL channel here. Nothing much changed from my Game Week 5 recap video where I had 47 points. I did not have any playing players in the last fixture that we had in Game Week 5. I still remained with 47 points but increased in my rank. Right now, I am past the 1 million mark with an overall points of 300. It was frustrating for me having Chilwell in my squad. He came off the bench but later on was booked and never got a point from him. Manchester City did not keep a clean sheet in their game. I only got 2 points from Manuel Akanji. Digne and Saliba are the only decent point that I got from my defense. Salah, Diaby, Mitoma and Bruno Fernandes were in my midfield, and Salah and Diaby were the only boys who I also got a decent point from them. It is getting frustrating from my Chelsea striker as he has only performed in one game week. In Game Week 5, I got only a point from Nicholas Jackson. I say it is frustrating for him because as at now, Jackson is already on 4 yellow cards. I'm now thinking of getting rid of him because if he gets another yellow card, he will miss the next game. Onto my bench and still featured in their fixture against Manchester United, gathering 3 points from the sticks. Under the tactician De Zerbi, I still don't know if Steele is gonna make on the number 1 spot at the club. Estupinan, who was rested in their fixture against Manchester United from the international break, I highly expect him to play in the coming Game Week 6 because we saw him feature in their yesterday fixture in the midweek game. Without much ado, let us dive into our Game Week 6 team selection video. Since I rolled my 2 transfers from Game Week 4 and 5, this game week I'm thinking of using all. Let us do the team first, then later on in the video we'll discuss the possible transfers I'm planning to make. Vicario will still be my number 1 choice of goalkeeper in between the sticks. This week Tottenham Hotspurs are welcoming Sheffield into the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and in a nutshell I expect Vicario to either have a clean sheet or have enough save points. On to my defense, and I'll still maintain Manuel Akanji, William Saliba, Luka Digne and Pavis Estupinan. Even though many managers are still asking many questions about the availability of Manuel Akanji, I still believe Manuel Akanji has a spot in Pep's team. In their game in the Champions League, he was not part of the starting 11. I will still stick with him but wait for more news before the game week deadline. William Saliba, who was on form last season for Arsenal, this season still vouch for him as he is the most nailed Arsenal defender. He has featured in all 5 game weeks, and in their past fixtures, the combination between Gabriel and Saliba has been excellent. They kept a clean sheet in the Champions League game against PSV, and I expect Arteta not to do any rotation in the defense. The on-form Aston Villa defender Luka Digne is in my starting 11 for his exemplary performance. Yesterday, he scored a goal in the European Cup. Pavis Estupinan is my next man, and they will be welcoming Bournemouth at home. On to my next consistent midfield, and Salah, Diaby, Mitoma and Bruno Fernandes will complete my midfield. Salah will be welcoming the Hammers into Anfield. It will be an interesting fixture to watch as both of the teams are pretty much attacking. They both won their fixture in the Europa competition, and we expect them to be on fire this coming Game Week 6. Moussa Diaby, who has been an important piece in the Unai's Emirates Jigsaw team, I expect him to play in full minutes in their fixture against Chelsea. He only played a few minutes in the European Cup competition and later was rested. It will be an end-to-end game for both Chelsea and Aston Villa, as both of these teams are more attacking and are good in defense. Kurt Mitoma and Bruno Fernandes completes my midfield. With how Manchester United played in their fixture in the Champions League, I expect them to be pretty much attacking in their game against Burnley and collect a point. On to my forward, and Nicholas Jackson and Erling Haaland will be completing my forwards. Both of my attackers have their fixtures at home as Erling Haaland is welcoming Nottingham Forest. It might not be an easy fixture for Manchester City as Cooper's team this season have been pretty amazing while playing against these big teams. Still, Chilwell, Anderson and Mubama will be the men on my bench. I'm not yet decided whether I'll be keeping Chilwell on that bench. Next up is my possible transfer that I'll be making this game week. After having a frustrating time with him, I will be most likely getting rid of Nicholas Jackson and getting Julian Alvarez. The 7.0 man is not a bad player, but in FPL, we want results. He only has a goal, limiting managers from having points from him. The good run of fixtures is almost over for Chelsea. For us, the coming game weeks, it will be getting pretty much hard. Julian Alvarez is the man that I will be eyeing to replace Jackson. He has been on form since game week 1 with the 2 goals and 5 assists in 5 games. Also in the midweek game in the Champions League, he scored twice. For Jackson, it is pretty frustrating as he is already on 4 yellow cards. If he gets booked in the game against Aston Villa, we will miss him in the Fulham fixture. The next man who I'm getting rid of is Mubama from West Ham. He has not featured in any of the fixture since game week 1. I will be replacing him with the Crystal Palace man Edouard. He has been scoring goals from the previous fixture, but the reason as to why I'm getting him is to have playing players in my squad. For the few managers who think they have had enough of the Chelsea asset, you can remove Chilwell from your squad and replace him with the Newcastle defense, Kieran Trippier, Botman, or either Fabian Schär. Newcastle had the toughest fixture in their first game weeks, but as from now, their fixture are starting to ease up. They are facing Fulham in game week 6, then Manchester United in game week 7. From game week 8, they are facing Nottingham Forest. And this is how my team could line up ahead of game week 6 fixture. It might change as we are keeping an eye on the team news before the game week 6 deadline. Let me know what you're thinking with your team ahead of game week 6 down in the comment section below. Comment and share. Also put the notification bell on for you to be notified on my next video upload. Thank you again for watching. I salute you guys. See you in the next video.